Will TikTok be banned in the United States? It's the biggest question surrounding US-China relations the past 2 weeks. And while American politicians argue amongst themselves if TikTok is a national security threat, there is a bigger and much deeper question that remains. How did TikTok become so successful and captivate over 150 million Americans to download and use the app religiously? This is a chart that frustrates many American politicians, many of whom are Facebook shareholders, by the way. The average Facebook or Instagram user spends around 50 minutes per day on either platform, but TikTok has the highest retention of any social media platform, with its users nearly doubling that time and spending 95 minutes per day using the app. I believe the biggest reason the US wants to ban TikTok is not because of national security concerns. As the TikTok CEO testified last week, TikTok has addressed every single security concern and is complying with every single law in the United States. The real reason American politicians want to ban TikTok is because of frustration. The US has grown accustomed to being number one, and we can't stand the thought of a young Chinese entrepreneur outperforming and creating something better than our own American tech companies. Let's take you back to the beginning and share with you the vision and the journey of Jiang Yiming, the founder and chairman of TikTok's parent company, ByteDance. 11 years ago, the 29-year-old Jiang had a brilliant idea that single-handedly would revolutionize the future of the internet and social media. At the time, the only way people found content on the internet was to use a search engine and type in the content you wanted to see. Google became the world's leading search engine, and it did exactly that. It showed people whatever content people told Google to show them. But Jiang had a billion-dollar idea. In fact, you could even say that it was a $50 billion idea because that is Jiang's net worth right now, which makes him the second wealthiest person in China. Jiang thought, what if I could reverse engineer the process? Instead of people telling the search engine what content they wanted, why not create a website that uses artificial intelligence to track users' interests and then recommend content to that user? At the time, this was a completely revolutionary concept, and it became the cornerstone of Toutiao, a Chinese news information website which would become ByteDance's core product. But here is where things get interesting. Through Toutiao, Jiang had already achieved domestic success in China, but he is part of a new generation of Chinese entrepreneurs who have bigger dreams. Many of China's young entrepreneurs have been educated in the West, have a keen understanding of both Western and Chinese culture, and aspire to create something much bigger. Jiang and his colleagues wanted to create a social media platform that not only dominated China, but also dominated the international market, which at the time, Facebook had a commanding lead on. In 2012, Facebook absolutely dominated social media around the world. You would be crazy to think that you could take on a company as successful as Facebook. But on the other side of the world, Jiang Yiming sat in a small Beijing apartment with his colleagues and came up with a crazy idea. What if we could create a platform that not only dominates Chinese social media, but also has worldwide appeal and can challenge Facebook too? From day one, Jiang Yiming had the vision of taking his company outside of China and achieving international success. The cornerstone of TikTok's success was creating two ecosystems. Jiang first created a domestic ecosystem called Douyin, which operates exclusively in mainland China for Chinese users. It adheres to the local internet laws within the People's Republic of China and is therefore allowed to operate and exist inside of China's complex internet system. Jiang then created a second ecosystem called TikTok, and this platform would be almost identical to the domestic version, but would operate in every country outside of China. Equipped with the knowledge and the power of the Toutiao algorithm, Jiang and his team began using AI to start recommending relevant content to TikTok users, and the results were astonishing. TikTok users couldn't put down their phones. They were consumed with the new content that was being recommended to them every time they opened the app. And TikTok's algorithm became stronger and stronger every time someone opened the app. China is now the world leader in artificial intelligence for one simple reason. The more data the algorithm can process, the more sophisticated the algorithm will become. With the world's most populous country, China dominates in data. And with more data than any country, China's AI models are the most sophisticated and advanced in the entire world. In fact, this is the secret sauce behind TikTok, and the reason why even today, users spend double the amount of time on the app compared to both Facebook and Instagram. And today, Western social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and even Twitter have updated their algorithms and now recommend content the same way TikTok does. In fact, if we look at the most downloaded apps on the American App Store, 4 of the top 7 apps are Chinese. Once again, young Chinese entrepreneurs don't just want to dominate the domestic Chinese market. They are hungry to prove to the world that China can invent amazing products that every country can use. The ultimate sign of success is when a Chinese company can become the #1 most downloaded app in the United States, which is just what Temu has accomplished for most of the last 6 months. Temu is the North American version of a popular Chinese e-commerce giant Pinduoduo, which trades on NASDAQ and has a market valuation of $95 billion. Pinduoduo was founded in 2015 by Colin Huang, a young Chinese tech entrepreneur with an interesting background. He was born in Hangzhou, the same city as one of China's most famous internet entrepreneurs, Jack Ma of Alibaba. After earning his undergraduate degree in China, Colin moved to America to earn his master's degree, and in 2004, Colin began his tech career with Google. 2 years later, Colin returned home to help Google open its first China office. However, Colin's run with Google was short-lived, as less than 12 months later he left to launch his first internet company. Today, Colin is best known for his success with Pinduoduo, an online retailer which first achieved success in the agricultural sector. Eventually, Colin pivoted the company to a third-party platform model, connecting merchants and consumers across multiple product categories. When the COVID pandemic hit China in early 2020, customers flocked to online shopping apps, and Pinduoduo achieved rapid growth. The share price soared from $40 a share in January 2020 to a peak of $196 a share in February 2021. After achieving success in the Chinese market, Pinduoduo wanted to export its successful business model abroad and target North American consumers. To do this, they opened an entirely new company called Temu and gave it a catchy slogan to appeal to American consumers: "Shop like a billionaire." Temu opened its headquarters in Boston and went live in the United States in September 2022. Within 30 days, Temu became the #1 most downloaded app in America and still maintains this position today, some 7 months later. But what's Temu's secret? How was a Chinese company able to enter the United States and achieve so much success so quickly? The secret is actually in the business model. Temu allows China-based vendors to sell and ship directly to US customers without having to rely on warehouses in the United States. Temu has essentially cut out the middleman and is bringing US shoppers together directly with Chinese manufacturers through a convenient app that offers unparalleled low prices. Temu also uses a special 3-step strategy to secure the lowest prices in the industry and consistently beat its competitors. Number 1, Temu taps into the success of parent company Pinduoduo, who negotiates better prices from their large network of global suppliers. Number 2, because Temu is a third-party marketplace, sellers are constantly battling each other for customers. Sellers offer the best possible deals to capture as many new clients as possible. And number 3, since the parent company Pinduoduo has a strong financial backing, Temu offers year-round discounts and promotions on top of already low prices. These 3 strategies have proven to be a wildly successful combination that has captivated American shoppers. In fact, if we go back to that list of top 7 apps in the US market, we see another Chinese company with a similar business model. Known as China's most mysterious billion-dollar company, Shein dethroned Amazon as the most popular shopping app in the US with over 200 million downloads in 2022 alone. Founded by Chris Xu, Shein has completely transformed the fashion industry. The company now sells in 150 countries around the world and is worth more than fashion giants Zara and H&M combined. One of the attributes of these young, successful Chinese entrepreneurs is their relentless ability to outwork the competition and build for long-term success. In this Guardian article entitled "Chris Xu, who is Shein's mysterious billionaire founder?" a supply chain worker was quoted as saying this about Shein's founder: "No matter where you go, even if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you can find Xu Yangtian, Chris Xu, and his team, always in meetings, never lazy, and always trying to learn all the good things about you." And this is something that we need to give a lot of credit to these young Chinese entrepreneurs. They know how to achieve success in the American market because they are methodical about the process. They spend years observing trends, spend countless hours studying the North American market, and obsessed with even the smallest details. In fact, many of China's young tech entrepreneurs started their careers by working with some of America's most trusted tech companies. ByteDance founder Jiang Yiming began his career with Microsoft, Colin Huang with Google. They understand American culture, and it's these insights that have helped these young Chinese tech entrepreneurs achieve success in the international market. In fact, American tech companies have been a source of inspiration and motivation for many young Chinese entrepreneurs. One of the most fascinating stories I found is the journey of Nie Yun Chen, whose English name is Neo. Born in 1991, Neo was just 19 years old when Steve Jobs brought Apple to China. In 2010, iPhones were all the rage throughout China, and given the popularity of cell phones in general, Neo began his entrepreneurial journey after graduating high school by opening a cell phone shop in Guangzhou. His business was a success, but the margins in selling cell phones was low. Neo wanted to find another business model that could produce more lucrative results for his hard work. One day, the idea for a new business struck him while he was drinking a cup of milk tea made with milk powder. Chinese youth loved milk tea, but at the time, every vendor used powdered milk. What if he could create a better, high-end product using fresh milk instead? Neo decided to go all in. He sold all his assets and invested everything into opening his first tea shop. Later, when asked about this risky decision, Neo gave an incredible response that perfectly sums up the attitude and direction of this new generation of young Chinese entrepreneurs. Everyone has the opportunity to succeed. It is important you know how to seize opportunities, dare to think, face challenges, and strive to be successful. Today, Neo's Haiti brand operates more than 650 stores in China and has expanded to both Hong Kong and Singapore. American venture capital firm Sequoia is one of the company's investors, and today, Haiti is valued at more than $9 billion. Gone are the days where the world only looks to America's Silicon Valley for the future tech that will dominate and change the world. On the other side of the planet, China's own Silicon Valley city of Shenzhen is home to some of the world's most impressive tech companies, and a new generation of Chinese tech entrepreneurs are born into a society that looks well beyond the Chinese border and has dreams to create products that will touch every corner of the globe. Today's young Chinese entrepreneurs are born with a powerful sense of ambition and determination to succeed, and I think that's something all of us can learn from and admire. As I mentioned in a previous video, China currently has a tech advantage over the United States, with the Australian Strategic Policy Institute ranking China as the world leader in 37 of the top 44 most important technology fields. Click here to watch a full breakdown of what that report means for the future of the US and China. But make no doubt about it, young Chinese tech entrepreneurs are becoming smarter and remain fearless. They are not afraid to dream big, and no market in the world is too big or too difficult for this new generation of Chinese entrepreneurs.